Ever felt like she's undressing you with just a look? In today's video, we explore the top 6 signs that an older woman is undressing you with her eyes, revealing her raw desire. Learn to spot these unmistakable cues that say you've caught more than just her attention. 1. Slow, deliberate scanning. When an older woman takes her time to slowly and deliberately scan your body, it's a classic sign that she's undressing you with her eyes. This isn't just a quick once-over. It's a measured and intentional gaze that starts from your head and gradually works its way down, as if she's mentally cataloging each part of your physique. This type of scanning is typically accompanied by a subtle shift in her body language. She might slightly tilt her head, raise an eyebrow, or even give a small, appreciative smile as she does it. The slow, deliberate nature of her gaze is key here. Unlike a casual glance, this kind of look is purposeful and thorough, designed to convey interest and appreciation for what she sees. It's almost as if she's taking a mental photograph, savoring the visual experience. This scanning often focuses on areas that she finds particularly attractive, such as your chest, arms, or the way you're dressed. Her eyes might linger longer on these spots, indicating where her interest lies. This form of visual assessment can be both flattering and suggestive. It shows that she's not just noticing you, she's admiring you. The deliberateness of her gaze can make you feel like she's peeling away the layers of your clothing with each passing second. This can create a sense of anticipation and excitement, as her look implies that she's imagining more than just what's on the surface. The context in which this slow scanning occurs can also amplify its significance. If you're engaged in conversation and she pauses to give you this kind of look, it's likely that she's momentarily distracted by her thoughts about you. In quieter, more intimate settings, this gaze can be even more intense, as there are fewer distractions and more opportunities for her to let her eyes wander. 2. Fixated on your lips. One of the most compelling signs that an older woman is mentally undressing you is when she frequently glances at your lips during conversation. This subtle yet powerful gesture often indicates that she's not just listening to what you're saying, she's thinking about what it might feel like to kiss you. This fixation on your mouth is a classic indicator of sexual attraction, as the lips are a highly sensual part of the body. When a woman's eyes repeatedly flicker to your lips, it's as if she's drawn to them, almost as though she's imagining how they would feel against hers. This type of gaze can be fleeting, where her eyes quickly dart to your lips and then back to your eyes, or it can be more lingering, where she seems almost mesmerized by your mouth. Either way, it's a clear signal that she's thinking about something more intimate. This kind of nonverbal cue can create a palpable tension between you, as both of you become more aware of the underlying attraction. It's a silent invitation that she's hoping you'll notice and perhaps act on. This fixation on your lips can also be part of a broader pattern of body language that signals her interest. She might lean in closer as she looks at your mouth, or her voice might lower, becoming softer and more intimate. These additional cues can amplify the sexual tension, making the moment feel charged with potential. 3. A playful smirk. A playful smirk is another subtle yet telling sign that an older woman might be undressing you with her eyes. This type of smile is not the same as a friendly grin or a polite smile. It's a bit more suggestive, often paired with a glint in her eye that hints at something more mischievous. The smirk usually appears when there's a moment of unspoken understanding, or when the conversation takes a slightly flirtatious turn. What makes a playful smirk so powerful is its ambiguity. It leaves you wondering exactly what she's thinking, but it strongly suggests that her thoughts aren't entirely innocent. This kind of smile can occur in response to something you've said, especially if you've made a subtle innuendo or a comment that could be interpreted in a flirtatious way. Her smirk is her way of acknowledging the double meaning, letting you know that she's on the same wavelength and that she's enjoying the playful exchange. This expression can be particularly disarming because it combines amusement with attraction. It's as if she's letting you in on a secret, sharing a moment of private understanding that excludes everyone else around you. The smirk might be brief, but its impact can be lasting, creating a connection that feels both intimate and exciting. A playful smirk can also be accompanied by other suggestive behaviors, such as a slight tilt of the head, raised eyebrows, or even a soft chuckle. These additional cues can further emphasize that she's thinking about something more than just the conversation at hand. It's a way of testing the waters, seeing how you'll respond to her subtle provocation. In social settings, if she gives you this kind of smirk after making eye contact or during a pause in the conversation, it's likely that she's considering you in a more sexual context. This is her way of flirting without being overt, inviting you to pick up on the cues and perhaps escalate the interaction. 4. Dilated pupils. Dilated pupils are one of the more subtle but scientifically backed signs of attraction and arousal. When an older woman looks at you and her pupils are noticeably wider than normal, it's often an unconscious response to her heightened interest. Pupil dilation occurs when the brain releases a surge of chemicals like dopamine, which is associated with pleasure and desire. This physical reaction is something she cannot control, making it a reliable indicator of her feelings. The key to noticing dilated pupils is being observant during your interactions. If you're in a well-lit environment and you see that her pupils are larger than expected, it's a sign that she's particularly focused on you. This dilation often happens when she's looking at something or someone she finds attractive. Unlike other body language cues, which can be more consciously controlled, dilated pupils are an involuntary response, making them a true indicator of her interest. 5. Staring when she thinks you're not looking. One of the most telling signs that an older woman is undressing you with her eyes is when she stares at you when she thinks you're not looking. This kind of gaze is bold and revealing, as it suggests that she's allowing herself to admire you freely, believing that she's unobserved. When a woman does this, it often means she's letting her guard down, indulging in her attraction without the pressure of being caught. You might catch her staring at you out of the corner of your eye, or you might notice that she quickly looks away when you turn your head in her direction. This behavior is a clear sign that she's drawn to you, and her gaze is likely lingering on areas she finds particularly attractive. Whether it's your face, your body, or the way you carry yourself, her prolonged stare indicates that she's mentally exploring what she sees. If you do catch her staring, her reaction can be quite telling. Some women might blush or smile coyly, acknowledging that they've been caught in the act. Others might try to play it off by quickly looking away, but the fact that she was staring in the first place speaks volumes about her interest. If she smiles or laughs when caught, it can add a playful element to the interaction, further increasing the sexual tension. This kind of behavior often happens in social settings where there's a lot of background activity, giving her the opportunity to observe you without being too obvious. These moments of observation allow her to mentally undress you, imagining what it might be like to get closer to you. 6. Unconscious lip biting. This gesture is often a subconscious response to attraction, a physical manifestation of her inner thoughts and desires. When a woman bites her lip while looking at you, it's usually a sign that she's feeling a mix of nervous excitement and desire. This small, seemingly innocent act can be incredibly suggestive, hinting at the thoughts she might be having about you. Lip biting often occurs in moments of heightened tension or anticipation. For example, if the conversation takes a flirtatious turn, or if you've just shared a meaningful glance, she might unconsciously bite her lip as a way to release some of that built-up tension. This action can be a powerful visual cue that she's attracted to you and is considering more intimate thoughts. It's as if she's holding back her words or actions, using the lip bite as a way to contain her excitement. The context in which lip biting occurs can also amplify its meaning. If she's biting her lip while maintaining eye contact with you, it's a strong signal that she's deeply focused on you and possibly thinking about what it would be like to get closer. This gesture is often accompanied by a slight smile or a playful glint in her eye, further indicating that her thoughts are anything but innocent. That's all for this video. So, what's next? Get tips on how to handle this sexual tension, or find out how older women test men. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.